What's happening? What's happening, people? What's going on? What's going on? It's a Monday. It is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, here we go. It's a Monday. It's check. just making sure. What's happening, people? What's happening? Man, you talking about somebody tired. What? I hope you. What's going on, John? What's going on? You know what? I actually had a good day, John. I did nothing. Hold on. Let me tell you what I did today. Nothing. Well, no, I went out. I put on all my snow stuff to go outside so I can run my dog for a little bit. And then I came back in the house. Oh, got another John. Oh, got my other John on. Got my Jon and my John. What's going on, John? What's happening with y'all guys tonight? But yeah, yesterday, my friends wore me out. Literally. I didn't think, you don't. Here's the thing. Here's the thing when it comes to me. Because I've got to pick my battles now. I can't just, before I could rip and run and I can go and I can do whatever, man, from rollerblading and you name it, I did it. Dance all day. I've got to pick my battles on where I go. Because one of the things that I can't do, what people don't understand is, because I don't have an immune system anymore, pretty much, to fight anything. So I can't be in small rooms with large crowds, right? And I got all of these people inviting me to come places now, and I'm telling them, it's winter time. People in there could be sick because I can't get sick because I cannot. My immune system, I cannot fight the flu, right? Can't do it. So I've got to watch what I do, and a lot of times. Like yesterday, I knew something, I've been really good at like watching my body. And I say that to everybody, whether you're old or whether you're young, it doesn't matter, man. Get to the point to where when your body is telling you to stop. I'm pretty good at it now, but the other day I was I don't know. I just had that go mentality, and I was just going Sunday, and I was like, wow, as soon as I'm get home, and here I am, as soon as I get home, I'm gonna take a break, and then I'm going on, and I'm going live. Man, I got home, I walked in the door, I pet my dog, grabbed me a bottle of water, went over to the recliner, I sat in the recliner, and my whole body was like, you're not getting up. No, I'm here to tell you that you will not get up off this recliner, just to let you know. And sure enough, I did not get up off the recliner. That's why I was like, hey, look, I'm not making it tonight. I'm going to rest up, and I'll be ready to hang out with you all on tomorrow. You talking about, I wasn't even going to hook up last night. Because, like I said, my kidneys don't work, right? Literally. They are raisins. And to pull off everything that needs to be pulled out of me, that also drains you. And I was sitting there going, man, I'm this tired right now. If I hook up to this machine, man, this is going to, I'm going to be in trouble. But I made it, John. Here I am. Seriously, I didn't do nothing today. Oh, I helped the wife. I did. I cut the bell peppers, the red and the green bell peppers, and the onions. I cut that for the fajitas that we had tonight. That's what I did. But anyway, what's going on, folks? What's happening, man? I tell you, it's been, look, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. So my question to you tonight is, which camp are you in? No. You have to pick a camp. You have to pick a side. No, man. No, we're not. No, tonight, each and every one of you that's listening to me, do call me. What did he call me? I was going to show y'all. If I can find it. He got mad at me because I agreed with a Democrat today. I did. I actually, and I thought the Democrat was right. But because I agreed with the Democrat today, he said, "You're a hypocrite at this." Here you go. I'll show you. Hold on. Show you what he said. He said, because I agreed with what this Democrat had to say about Walter Hudson, which she was right. I mean, they are. He said everyone needs to relax, which she was right. Republicans have thrown the Constitution completely out the window. They have. They don't try me. They have. But he said, here you go. I'll show you. He said that I would, because I agreed with the Democrats. He said, Rev, you are a hypocrite at this point. Because I didn't agree with his side. So y'all got to pick a side tonight. So one of the things that I love doing, love it, my wife would tell you, you know me, I love documentaries, love them. On Netflix, all them documentaries, I think I've been through almost all of them. I mean, I love watching documentaries because it's educational and it takes your mind off of stupid stuff. So I was watching this one documentary the other night, and I said, man, that's like the world today. So this young British kid, I'm trying to think. Matter of fact, I was trying to find it so I can give you the name just in case you guys like documentaries and you want to watch it. But it's on Netflix. And this kid is in a wheelchair. And he can move his fingers, but he can't move anything else. He had that disease, like, what's his name? Stephen Hawkins? He had that disease. But he was unbelievably smart. And he was great at video games. And I think it's Minecraft or Warcraft or something like that, where you can go into this video game like reality, right? But this kid, because he couldn't run, he couldn't walk, he couldn't move like normal people, and he couldn't have a girlfriend like a normal person. But in this video game, he said he feels so good because he gets to run every day. He said he gets to walk every day. He gets to jump every day. And not only that, but in this video game, he fell in love with someone else's character in this video game. And he said that's the reality that he likes to be in. And that's what he likes. He said he don't like this reality out here. He don't like the world. That's why he plays the video game as much as he can, because he likes to stay in that reality where he can bounce around and he can run and he can jump. He said he don't like coming out to this world. That's how we are today. I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm watching this document, and I'm watching this kid do all of this here. The sad part about this, well, what was really cool about it is nobody at the time in that little reality world of everybody in the video that played that video game knew about this kid's condition. And one day he finally told him what was wrong with him. And the people in the video game, in that video world, embraced him. And his parents didn't realize just how big of a community this was until he passed away. And then the parents went on the video game, found his password, went on, and let everybody know what happened to him. And at this kid's funeral, they all showed up. All the people from this video game reality world. And in every single year on his death, all of the characters, which I thought was cool as get up, in the video game come together in this one spot where they had a tombstone for his character. We're living that situation right now because you have to pick a side. Which side? Do you want to be in this? Do you want to be in the right reality world, or do you want to be in the left reality world? Because both of them, no. Both of them got a reality world that you can be in, but you can't be in both. You can't disagree with if you're in the left reality world, you can't agree with anything that the right says. If you're in the right reality world, you can't agree with anything the left says. You have to pick one of these realities. Because whatever the right tells you, you say. If the right tells you that that my dog that's sitting right there is not white and black, I have to believe that dog that I'm looking at right now, he's white and black on the floor right now. But in the right world, if they tell me my dog is not white and black, I have to then believe my dog is not white and black. I have to believe that. Even though I see it with my own eyes right now, what I have to believe is what they tell me in the right world. If I take this red pill, I have to believe everything they tell me. If I take this blue pill and they sit here and say that this does not say podcast, it says donut. But you and I see it says podcast. But if I'm in the left's world, the left's world, and they tell me this says donut, I have to believe that it says donut. Even though you and I see it says podcast. This is the reality. These are the world. Nobody wants the truth. Nobody. They don't. I have not protested. I didn't tell nobody. You have not heard me say that I am going out to be part of a protest. You haven't heard me say that, have you? I've said I am going out because I want the truth. And people got on my page because I said that and was mad because I said I'm going. Hey, what are you going to the protest for, Rev? Because I want the truth. Because I'm not going to sit here and let Fox News do what Fox News do. I'm just not going to do it. I told you, I'm standing during the George Floyd riot. I'm literally standing in a spot. And I go home and I turn on the TV and I turn on Fox News. And the Fox News reporter are basically telling us that spot is not there. They painted a whole total picture, a total different picture than what was happening on the ground. And they fed that to you. And because you don't want truth, you believed exactly what Fox News told you during George Floyd. Every word that, you know how I know? Because you repeated it. You said it and you used it in all your little taglines and everything else. And I'm sitting there going, and I look at my wife and I'm like, that didn't happen. I swear, I tell my wife, I swear to God that didn't happen. I said, I was right there at that spot. The very spot that Fox News is telling us was not there. And it's happening again. That we don't see exactly what we see with our eyes. But you have to pick a camp. Because if you say that, oh yeah, I saw it, then they're going to get mad at you. And if you say I didn't see it, they're going to get mad at you. It is unbelievable where we're at now. That the truth isn't the truth. And a lie is the truth. If y'all listen to John Justice, y'all, man, I don't know what to tell you. You don't want the truth. That's how I know you don't want the truth. That's how I know. Because it's all a lie. It's all, listen, people. I've told y'all. My phone don't ring anymore with people calling me going, hey, Rev, you was out at the protest. Can we get a on-the-ground report on what you saw? You know why? Because they want to spin it the way they want it to be, the way they want you to hear it. What you keep coming back for that same lie. Seriously, think about it. Why do you think that I'm not on radio anymore? Because when I started telling the truth, radio was like, we can't have this. Those are facts, people. I know it's hard for y'all to believe stuff, but when I'm living it and I can tell it to you, right? I'm like, please, people, take off those red hats and take off those blue hats just for a second. That's why I had to start this little thing. It's like, I got to get the truth out. No, man, I'm not going to let these radio personalities, these podcasts, tell lies to these people. It's not fair. I just look at it going, it's not fair, man. It just isn't. For you guys to just sit behind your computer, click on this news program, click on this here influencer, and they tell you what you want to hear and you believe it, but the truth is right there in front of you. But you don't want that. It's unbelievable to me why people don't want the truth. You want to live in these reality worlds that other people make up for you. No, those are facts, man. And when somebody comes along and smacks you to knock you out of this thing, you get mad at the messenger. I'm the bad person for telling you the truth. It is unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I got this other nut. Hold on. Let me show you him too. No. I can show you. This is what I'm telling you. But I can give you the facts that I'm giving you, the things that I'm telling you, the things that I'm telling you. I can show you what I'm talking about. But still, people like this dude here, he is one of the worst. And what he wants me to do, what this dude, he so wants me to block him. He wants me to block him. So, I mean, his whole get up. And I'm going to talk to Travis about something too. But this dude, his whole get up is coming on my page. He has nothing else to do. He's got like 500 people he follow. He has nothing else to do. But his whole mindset is he wants me to block him so bad. Because then he can go around the internet going, oh, look at Rev. He blocked me because I disagreed with him. Look at Rev. He blocked me because I proved him wrong. That's their whole get up. That's their whole mindset. That's their whole stink. That's what they get off on. If I disagree with the Rev on anything, even if I'm right, even if I show them that I'm right, his whole thing is to disagree because he thinks these trolls think I'm gonna block them. Because that's the reality world that they live in. Like, I'm that important. I don't got millions of followers. I'm not that important that if I block you, you're going to go off and get more people and people are going to agree with you. Oh, yeah, that Rev, man, he's the worst. He's the worst thing on the internet. But the minute I start telling the truth and telling people you don't have to live in either one of these realities, you don't. You can see the truth and know the truth and understand the truth. But that's not what we want. That's not how we see this thing. Alternative facts. That's what we want. We want to call my black and white dog a zebra. Call me what you want. Put me down. Block me. Unfollow me. I'd be damned if you're going to stop me from telling the truth. From giving you straight truth. Now, if you don't want it, there's nothing I can do about that. I can't open your head and pour it in your head. I can't. I can only report it and give you exactly what I see. And then give you the option to go look it up for yourself and see if I'm telling you the truth. And if I'm wrong, you come back and say, Rev, you're wrong. And we'll have that conversation. And I have no problem. I have zero problem in sitting here saying that I'm wrong. I have zero problem in that. But I always do my best to try to make sure if I say anything, at least I can give you something on the internet so you can go, okay, I see where you got that from, but you're still wrong. And I go, yeah, you're right. I'm still wrong. I have no problem. I have zero problem in telling y'all that I'm wrong. Zero. But I try my best not to be. Not because it's an ego thing. It's just that if I'm telling you other people are not showing you and giving you what is it going to do me to try to trick you with some lies? Nothing. I don't come on here and try to get followers through lies. I don't. So I'm at the protest on yesterday. And here's another thing. I'm gonna show you something else, which cracked me up. So I'm at the protest on yesterday, and I was just literally out there just talking to people, right? I was just talking in mood because it was cold. So you got to keep moving. And I thought it was pretty cool because some of the businesses and the shops in that area opened up their doors so people can come in. I thought that was pretty cool. I ain't never seen that before. But they opened their doors so people can come in there and get warm. But I met a group of people from Pipestone. I've never heard of this. On the border of South Dakota. But it's Minnesota, Pipestone, Minnesota. That drove all the way from basically South Dakota to this rally. That's when I knew that something was hitting home. For these white folks a group of white folks, to drive that far because they wanted to be part of history. They wanted to make a statement. That is unbelievable. People think, people over in this camp, in the red camp, think people are out here fighting. And I talked to a lot of people yesterday. They're fighting ICE because they're the police. And that's far from the truth. And that's why the people on the right don't understand what's going on. And that's why the people on the right has to put in their reality world that these people on the left is fighting them because of the cops. That's what I've been trying to make the people on the right understand. It's not about the cops. This is about the law being fair. The ICE agents that came here at the beginning when Trump first told them to come to Minnesota, everybody that I know, even I, was on board going, cool. Come in here. We want all this fraud taken care of, and the people who have committed this fraud, we want them out. Whatever you have to do to get them out of Minnesota, they have to go. Everybody was on board. Everybody was on board. Because that was the right thing to do. And we all agreed upon that. Now, I will be one of the ones who will sit here and say, now, if you're in the left reality world, we don't want to talk about the fraud. We don't want to talk about the Somalis who stole all of this money from the Minnesota taxpayers. See, if you're in the left's camp, you'll sit there and go, well, you can't blame all of them. Bullshit. Because a lot of money flowed through that community, period, whether they knew it or not. But the adults in that community knew what was going on because they're the ones that was taking their kids, rushing their kids to these fake daycare centers, knowing they wasn't open anytime they had to prove that there were kids there. So it was prevalent in that damn community. But if you're on the left, that never happened. That's not the reality that we all get. We see it, but people on the left is telling us that does not say podcast. That's what the left told us, that does not say podcast. And if you say that it says podcast, then we're going to be mad at you. We're going to be pissed at you. We're going to call you names. You're a racist. That's what you are. Because you're going after a whole community of people. You're racist. Even though it says podcast. Millions of dollars left the airport. We all know that. Again, I asked the question a couple nights ago. I have 2 kids. My kids have been in daycare. I've had to take my kids out of daycare to put them in another daycare. It's taken me weeks to find a new daycare for my kids because we went around. We didn't just pull my kids out of daycare on Monday and then stick them in another daycare on Tuesday. Didn't happen that way. So how is it then that this very learning center, misspelled, can close at the drop of a dime? And those parents already have a daycare set up. You telling me if those parents drive up to that daycare center and try to get in it and realize that that daycare is closed, oh, they can just go drop their kids off at any daycare? Because that's what happened. No. Did that not happen? Did you not hear that? Did you not hear that daycare center that they swore up and down was open, that daycare center that they swore kids was walking in and out of it, that same daycare center a couple of days later closed? Did that not happen? That happened in real time. That happened in our reality. But in the Democrats' reality, you're not allowed to call that podcast. There's an office building. This kid, Elliot Ingen, state representative, Elliot Ingen, right? He did if you ever get a chance to go over to his page, go over there. Because he's in front of this building. And in that building, at one time, there was 100 and something different offices that did whatever, autism and all of this here, in one building. Same address. All of these different offices. It's closed down now. Fraud was being ran out of it. 100 different places. But we're not allowed to talk about that. Because if you do, the Democrats will tell you that's not right. It wasn't everybody in the community. No, it wasn't. But it was enough that a lot of money flowed through that damn community. So now it's wrong for us to agree with Donald Trump to bring in people to deal with the fraud that the Democrats let happen over and over and over again. The Democrats will sit there and say, that's wrong. It's wrong to go over and go through the books of the Somali community where all of this money was flowing through. That's what the Democrats would say. The Republicans would say, we don't really give a damn about the money, just get the brown people out of here. If you're in that camp, correct? Come on, let's be real. So which camp are you in? You have to pick a camp now. You have to. You cannot leave here tonight without being in a camp. So you either going to pick the red side or you're going to pick the blue side. And if you pick those sides, you have to live in their reality. Whatever they tell you to do, you have to do it. Whatever they tell you to believe, you have to believe it. Oh, Rev, there's no fraud going on. Nobody's stealing money. $9 billion? There's no way in the world, Rev, that $9 billion have paid for land out in Llano Lakes, land out in Lakeville, have paid for houses out in Eden Prairie, have paid for houses way out in Zimmerman, have paid for houses up in Bemidji. There's no way that happened. There's no way people were driving brand new cars every Friday. They was going to the BMW dealer every Friday. No, Rev, that did not happen. Okay, Democrat, appreciate you. Thank you very much. Oh, Rev, when ICE came in, they came in to wreak havoc on everybody. Yeah, we know that, Republicans. We understand. But It's all in the Constitution, Rev. You got to read that Constitution. And you know what, Rev? What's that, Republicans? Screw the Second Amendment. Nobody should have a gun, especially black people. Which camp are you in, man? I'm just asking. Let me know. I don't want to piss you off. Which camp are you in at this point? Because nothing makes sense anymore. None of it makes sense anymore. None of it. If Trump had just sent in the people to take care of this fraud. No, this is what I believe, because this is what I see. You don't have to like it. Not asking you to. And he would have pulled these people who have stole this money. We ain't even nowhere near that now. Think about it. We ain't nowhere near the fraud, nowhere near all of this money that's left, nowhere near finding out, nowhere near digging up any. We're nowhere near that anymore. When the last time y'all talked about that? That we had, watch this, we had 3 Republicans get a free trip to Washington, D.C. Yeah, they did. I seen one clip, Walter Hudson yelling at people. That's what we sent. No, seriously. Is that what we sent Walter Hudson to Washington, D.C. to do? Is that what we sent him to Washington, D.C. to do? Your taxpaying dollars sent Walter Hudson to Washington to yell at somebody. Because that's all that happened. That's all that has come out of it. You ain't heard nothing about the Republicans that went to Washington. Name something. No, seriously. What? And them going to Washington, what did that do? What changed here in Minnesota? Who got arrested because they went to Washington? Who went to jail because they went to Washington? What office building got raided because they went to Washington? Name something. I'm just asking for the truth, people. What good did it do for those 3 Republicans to take their ass to Washington? Nothing. Because nothing has come out of it. When is the last time you heard about the fraud that went on again? You know why? Because ICE came here. And when they realized they could not touch these Somalians, because, see, Trump probably didn't realize that half of them are U.S. citizens. What did they do after that? They went over and literally started grabbing Mexican and Latino people off the damn street. See, because here again is what I'm talking about when it comes to the keyboard warrior. Because you're not out in the streets. Because you don't get to see this stuff. You don't get to understand why those people were out there blowing whistles. It had nothing to do with because they hated ICE. Because you know what? They wasn't blowing whistles when ICE came here to get the fraud. That's not when they was blowing whistles. You know when they started blowing whistles? When they started stomping on the Constitution of these United States. When they started saying, we don't give a damn about the Constitution. We don't care about people. When they start racistly profiling people, it's when they started blowing whistles. And you know what the problem is? This camp over here, the Republicans, they can't come to that reality to say that. Because if they do, they have to start admitting that the law has been screwed and the system is messed up. They have to agree with us on that. And if they agree with that on us on that, they got to agree with black folks who've been telling y'all that this system has been flawed all my damn life. And that's why the Republicans cannot, even watching a white man get gunned down. Hold on now. Y'all watched a white man, Republicans, watched a white man get gunned down in the street. And you know who I don't really want to ever the hell hear from ever again? You know who I don't want to ever hear say the word tyrannical government? You sorry ass Second Amendment lying son of a bitches. You have lost all credibility with me, all respect with me, because the very damn tyrannical government that your ass sit back and talking about you got your firearm for is the very government that you kissing their ass. Don't you ever, if I ever go to another gun rally and somebody say tyrannical government, I will grab the mic and tell you to kiss my black ass. You's a hypocrite, you's a sucker, you's a coward. Don't ever come to me with this tyrannical government shit. You's a liar. You's a liar, every single one of you. You live in that reality. It's okay for you to run around talking about, oh, I got my gun out of my cold dead hands. Second Amendment. Tyrannical government. Y'all act like y'all bad. Y'all ain't shit. For years I've heard that crap. For years I've heard that crap. Every gun rally I've been to, every gun space room I've been in, all I've heard is tyrannical government this and tyrannical government that. But when a tyrannical government shoots down a white man in cold blood daylight, your ass, you're cowards. Flat out cowards. Cowards. Don't ever, not me. You ain't don't ever say tyrannical. Don't ever use them words ever again in my presence. Ever. You ain't got no right at this point to use the words tyrannical government. No government, no police force has the right to roll up on somebody and throw them in a car and take off, and nobody knows what, and their family is looking for them. They have left vehicles running in the middle of the road when they're grabbing people. That's not a government I want to be a part of. I have stood on Broadway in Lindale and watched the government roll up on black people, grab people, put them in a car, and then the next day we see the dude and he be like, dude, what they get you for? Oh man, these son of a blah blah blah. After I gave them my ID and I gave them all my stuff, then they let me go. It was like, oh man, wrong person. We've been through this. Black people have been through this. Black people have had to carry around their papers. Stop and frisk was all about brown people. This government has done this over and over. You know why black people are not in the streets right now? It's not that we don't want to be. It's not that we don't want to help our brothers and our sisters and everybody out there. But we want everybody to have a taste of what we've been through for years. And we've been telling people, this is the way your government is treating us. Look at what they're doing to us. They're killing us in the middle of the street. And y'all told us it didn't happen. Y'all told us it never happened. Y'all told us we was lying. Y'all told us we was out of our mind. Y'all told us to go do something with ourselves. Go get a job and all of this here type of stuff. But now the same thing that is happening that happened to Philando Castile. A black man sitting in a car with his girlfriend and his baby being gunned down by a coward-ass policeman. And y'all let this policeman go. Yes, you did. You let the police go. And you got George Floyd. And y'all run around here acting like George Floyd is our hero. George Floyd isn't our hero. That's what you guys missing. That's why when you make jokes about George Floyd, it don't hurt black folks' feelings. It don't. So if we had to trade 1 for 4, that was a good deal for us. If y'all would have put that man who killed, Philando Castile was the guy. If you would have put that dude in jail, like he's supposed to be right now, for life, Derek Chauvin wouldn't be in jail. Because like I told y'all before, we knew who George Floyd was. George Floyd was a crackhead. He was a dope fiend. George was a bad man. He was, period, point blank. You can say what you want. Family can get mad at me and be like, you don't talk bad of the ill, of the dead. Well, I don't care. We knew who George Floyd was. George Floyd was on 38th in Chicago for a reason. He didn't have a cape on and he wasn't saving people. George Floyd wasn't on Chicago because he was down there worried about somebody. He was taking care of the poor. George Floyd wasn't down there because he was trying to help clean the community up. He was picking up groceries for somebody and he was going to deliver the groceries. That's not why George Floyd was down on Chicago in 38. He was down there because he was a dope fiend. He's a crack addict. He was a heroin user. He was a fentanyl shooter. That's why George Floyd was down there. I don't live in a different reality, people. I live in the real reality. Not the way the Democrats see it. That we need to put a statue up for this man. Not the way that the Republicans see it. That we're going to prove that he was a dope fiend. Prove that he had heart disease. Prove that I know why he was down there. I live in reality. I don't live in these two worlds y'all live in. I can tell the truth about George Floyd. I have no problem with that. But I can also tell you that we got 4 versus 1. That is why George Floyd is a hero in the black community. Ain't nobody ever got 4 cops. We barely get 1, but get 4? Come on, man. That's why they call it George Floyd Square. And it had nothing to do with George. Y'all don't understand that. You don't get that. Nothing to do with George. We know who George is. We know who he was. We know what type of person he was. We're not honoring him because he was a dope fiend. Because he was a wife beater. It's not what we're honoring George for. And y'all don't get that. So which world do you live in, man? You got to pick. No, man. Seriously, you got to pick one tonight. Y'all got to figure it out. Do you live in the red world or you live in this here world? Blue pill or red pill? Because you can't you can't. And if you live with the clear pill, if you live in the same world that I live in, get ready to get hated. You're going to be hated by the red side and you're going to be hated by the blue side. Get ready to be hated. If you see wrong and you call out wrong, get ready. Both sides. I get it from both sides. I get it from both sides. Get it. I used to, watch this here. True story. This happened a couple weeks ago. No, a month ago. I used to go down to Rochester. You used to love to go down to Rochester because they got this gun group down there. And they used to meet once a month for breakfast. And I used to drive all the way down there, hour and a half drive, just to hang out with them and things. And I knew who they were. I knew they was right wing like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, they was mega. They was in that whole cult mindset. But I let it go because we had something in common. See, that's how I work. You know, I'm about issues. When I vote for people, or if I get behind a candidate, it's because that candidate is dealing with the issues that I have. That's why I don't book myself to a party. That's why people get mad at me. Well, Rev, you either got to be a Republican or a Democrat. I've been both, and both suck. Both pissed me off. Both sides suck. And I will not ever in my entire life pick a party. It will never happen again. But I used to go down there and hang out with these guys because of guns. One of my big issues is my right to own and have a gun without the tyrannical government telling me what to do with it. So I've always gotten behind a candidate who's going to make sure that right that I need, because I go places a lot of people don't go. You know, the places that you always talk about, don't go into Minneapolis. Make sure you don't go here, you don't go here. That's where I go. But this gun group, I overlooked who they were, what they were, and their mindset until a month ago. Because I thought the guy who ran this gun group down there in Rochester, I thought he had an even mind like I do. Even though there's some extreme people in this group, like out there, I was still able to go down there and deal with them. Because I said, okay, I can go down there, I can hang out. You know, I don't feel that I can fall into their political beliefs. But as far as guns go, we can talk guns all day. Well, I can no longer go down there because I pissed the head of the guy who runs this thing off. Right? So I can no longer go to Rochester because I don't believe the way they believe. No, I'm serious. I can no longer go down there. And I travel down there all the time and have breakfast with them because of the gun aspect of their group, not the politics. But I knew by sitting there listening to them, the way they talked about the Democratic Party, how they saw the radicalization of Minnesota to the point to where it's getting to the point where life is not even livable in Minnesota. And I say some of them was out there. I'm not kidding when I say that, but I overlooked that stuff. I don't judge you like that. But I cannot go down there anymore because I pissed off their little leader. Now he's kind of not liking me because I disagreed with something he said politically. He was actually wrong, and what it was, he was wrong, and I showed him the truth on it. I showed him where it lined up to that he misquoted it. That's it. I understand what he was saying, where he was trying to go with it. So I was trying to help him, and he and I just got into it. And every now and then, I admit it. I can go down there too. And we just went at each other. And so I can no longer go down to Rochester to the breakfast. They have a breakfast look it up. They have a breakfast in Rochester every second Saturday. I got pictures of me being down there. Show you. But they don't like Rev no more. So Rev cannot go down to Rochester anymore and hang out with those guys because I don't live in their reality. So you got to pick a side, people. You cannot be walking around here and you don't have a side. So if I ask you which side you are and you don't have a side, then something's wrong with you. Maybe you're just as crazy as I am. Maybe you see the world for what it really is. Maybe you don't need somebody to tell you that this says podcast. People, I'm just about the truth, man. I'm about seeking the truth. Look up my church. Berean Missionary Baptist Church. That's what we're about. Berean means seeker of truth. That's what Berean means. Seeker of truth. We read the word and we seek the truth. I'm not trying to lie to you. I got no reason to lie to nobody. No reason. But this is what I can tell you. You got Republicans like Harry Nishka, who is, I think, is second in command, who know you are in trouble. The Republicans are in trouble, big time trouble. Harry and the Republicans screwed up. They screwed up big time. And if you live in that reality over there, this is what I can tell you. When people from Pipestone, Minnesota travels that far because they want to be on the right side of history, because they want their voice to be heard, because they want to use their feet for right. And Harry, and you haven't come out with a real statement. I was on your page today. That's why I left that get up. I was reading some of the things that you were saying. I don't know what reality you live in, Harry. I really honestly don't. But my suggestion is for you to snap out of it. Snap out of it, Harry. Come down to earth and understand why the people from Pipestone, Minnesota drove hours to be a part of something. Because right now, Harry, your party is in trouble because of you and your first in command. Because again, this is going to be fun. This is going to be funny to watch you and the Republicans sell a black woman to the black community. See what Lisa Dumas don't realize that I know, Lisa. I know you snuck in the back door to come into the black community. And you met with Lisa Clemens, didn't you? Yeah, you did. You did. You snuck in, Lisa. Lisa, there ain't too much that goes on in the black community that I don't know. There ain't too much that goes on that they won't tell me. So I know you met with Mother's Love. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So, but I'm gonna help you out, Lisa, because you don't know too much about the black community. So let me help you out on something. I'm gonna give you another person, LeVar Turner. I suggest you get in touch with him. I suggest if you want to come into the black community, I'm going to help you out. This way you don't have to sneak into the community, Lisa. You don't have to come through the back door. Lisa, come through the front door. LeVar Turner. Look him up. This is what Republicans do. Lisa came through the back door because she didn't want her base to know that she was dealing with the black community. Come on. That's exactly why you did what you did, Lisa. Because if you didn't, you would have reached out to me. You would have called me, Lisa. You know how to get in touch with me. Every Republican knows how to get in touch with me. But you thought you would sneak in the back door. And I wouldn't know it? You're going to come into the very community that I feed, that I work in, that I help, that I cry over, and I wasn't going to know that, Lisa DeMuth? Okay. But Harry, I'm going to tell you this here. The reality that you're in right now, you need to come out of it. You need to come out of it. Because somebody got to rein in some of these here down ballot Republicans that you call being a leader of. No, seriously, you do. And I'm sure you know exactly one that I'm talking about right now, because he's out of hand. He's out of hand. Number two, these low-down coward right-wing influencers. There's one in Buffalo you need to get on. You need to stop him. You need to shut him up. You need to tell him for a couple of weeks, do not tweet about anything. No, I'm helping you out, Harry. I'm helping you out. Because I can't talk to Lisa. I definitely wouldn't want to try to talk to a black woman. So I'll try to talk to a white man. But that's what you need to do. You need to tell him to stop. Because he's doing nothing but hurting you. But if you want to live in that reality, Harry Niska, keep doing it. Because I can tell you right now, the things that I heard on the ground at this protest, and these are white people. These are white people. But then another thing that pissed some people off, I don't know why this will make you mad. Watch this. But I talked about going out on Sunday, and I noticed a difference. There were black people out there. There was Mexican people who finally came out. That was at the protest out there. Somali people was at the protest. And I'm sitting here going, oh my goodness, here we go. If we all come together here in Minnesota, white people, black people, Asians, Somalis, the Hmong community, the West Africans, East Africans, the Nigerians. If we come together in Minnesota as a group, it's over for the Republican Party. Because only thing the Republican Party got is old white people. I'm just going off to the pictures that I see. I'm going off to the convention that I went to a while back here. Oh, and men, and white men. What I would do, Harry, if I was gonna go down with the sinking ship, I would shoot a flare so somebody knows where you're at. And what I mean by that, Harry, is I would seriously think about working with people. I would seriously go, we've got to start working with all of Minnesota. You're running a candidate. You're running a candidate that ain't never really done a damn thing for all the people in Minnesota. And if you just thought I'll throw this in there, Harry, that's the candidate you're running. Nobody knows her. Because she ain't ever been out. She ain't ever done nothing. So I would shoot a flare, Harry. At least when the ship goes down, shipwrecked, gives us some idea where you're at. Try to revive the Republican Party, maybe in some type of way, maybe here in Minnesota. But in order for that to happen, Harry, the Republicans here in Minnesota have to say to themselves, base, you got to go to your base, Harry. And you got to tell your base that we're going to work with people that don't look like them. No, seriously, Harry. You have to get your base in the room. You know, all these little debates you guys are having? You have to tell your people in those debates to start telling the base that we're going to become a new Republican Party here in Minnesota. Every room shouldn't just be white people, old white people, because they're dying off, Harry. Isn't that what Elon Musk and Donald Trump and J.D. Vance is worried about? The white population dying off? See, y'all, you can get mad at the Democrats if you want. That's what's funny with me when it comes to Democrats and Republicans. The Democrats play chess. And the Republicans show up at a chess game with checkers. And you can get mad at them. Oh, they got all of these foreigners here so they can have. And that's not true, because the Hmong community, which they've learned their lesson too, also they vote Republican. The Asians community, well, they learned their lesson this go around with Trump too. They voted for Republicans. The Somalis, they vote Republicans too. So that's why I don't understand when I hear this. Oh, well, they bring in the immigrants to have our base. I know Hmongs who vote Republicans. There's a whole group of Somalis. Ask Walter. He went and dealt with them. That vote Republicans. But the difference between the Republican Party doing it and the Democrats doing it is the Democrats, at least they act like they care. They don't give a damn. No. Hold on. Democrats don't really give a damn. They don't give a damn about black people. They don't. But you know what? The ace that they always have in their hands that they can play when it comes to the black community? The hate that the Republican Party has for black people. They got that card every single time. That's what they got. It is nothing. No, stop it, people. The Democrats don't give a listen. If we can find an independent, if I can find somebody who is independent, who's ready to go, who's ready to make a difference, I'll get behind that independent so quick it's not even funny. I don't care, Amy Klobuchar this, Amy Klobuchar that. I want somebody who's going to sit here and say that I believe in everybody in Minnesota. See, I don't have a choice, right? Because let me see. I got to make sure my black side is taken care of. And then my grandson, his mother and her family, I love them to death, so I got to make sure the white side is taken care of. Then I got the Puerto Rican side, my mom, my wife. I got to make sure the Puerto Ricans and the Latinos here are taken care of. And then the little mutt mixed kids that's running around here, my kids, I got to make sure that they're taken care of. So my basket is full with just people. And what the Democrats do is they put them all in here, and then they go over to the Republicans, and they shake it and go, nanny, nanny, boo-boo, look at all we got. And the Republicans go, we don't care. Our white base will get us by. That's all we need is them. And then when it don't, then they go, oh, it was jury rigged. It was, the polls was rigged. Ballot harvesting. You just got black people. You just got white people voting for you. There's more of us than it is of you. And then you add your other white people who call themselves liberals. They join. Blew you out the water. But I don't want y'all to sit here and think that these white liberals, look up what Malcolm X said about white liberals. Seriously, look up. He warned us about white liberals. We know what white liberals are. But again, he said, James said Republicans just burn those bridges with ice. Minorities won't vote for them. I don't know what James. We live in the same reality right now, James. When I see that many white people that upset, mad, pissed off, and then James, then I sit here and I say, there's no black people out there. There's no Mexican people out there. There's no Somali people out there. There's no Asian people out there. There's no Hmong people out there. There's 5 categories of people. Then you go with the Nigerians, the Africans, right? So you're gonna tell me that little group of white folks that the Republicans got here in Minnesota, they're gonna outvote all of these people? I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. I'm going to be honest with you. So if I was a Republican, I would just shoot up a flare. Because if the Democrats run the table and they get the trifecta, hold on, let me make sure we all on the same page here. If the Democrats turn around with the trifecta again, that's why I say, if we can find somebody, an independent, listen to me, people, who is going to come in here and say that I am just as equal as you all are. The Somalian is just as equal as this person. The Hmong is just as equal as this person. The white person is just as equal as this person. And we can get this person to come into Minnesota and run this government in a fair, equal, and just way. We can turn Minnesota around. Not turn Minnesota red. That's what the Republicans are about. Oh, we got to turn Minnesota red. Democrats. Well, we gonna keep it blue. We gonna keep it blue. That's garbage, man. It's just flat garbage. I can't go on one side because this side over here don't like me. And then if I go over on this side, I gotta like men in women's bathroom. And then I got to sit and I got to listen to people swear up and down they don't know what a woman is. I got a problem with that. I got a problem with the racism on this side and the hate for who God is on this side. So I don't, that's why I'm telling you all, I don't get to have a choice on which side to pick. I don't want either one. I don't. I want to be in the middle. I want to be able to say that this man don't have a right to go in the bathroom with my granddaughter. I want to be also to be able to sit here and say that as a black man on this side, I should have every right as you. You shouldn't, what Donald Trump is doing, tearing off anything black, right? He was just in Philadelphia, was it Philadelphia? Tearing off black history off a wall so white kids won't know their history. That's white history. You did it. Be proud of what you did. Be proud of it. Your ancestors beat my ancestors. Your ancestors put ropes around my ancestors. Your ancestors put hoses to my ancestors' back. Y'all sick dogs on us. You had the Klan riding in the night. Yes, you did. Be proud of your ancestor and your history. Don't try to erase it. Don't try to take it down, Donald Trump. You can never get rid of it, ever, no matter what you do, Trump. Ever. Because I will be here to remind you every single day that black men fought in this war and they bled for that flag and they died for this damn country. And when they came home from fighting in a war, this very country that you expect us to stand for that damn national anthem, you did not treat them fair. They did not get the GI Bill. They did not get any type of wealth. They did not get any type of education. They didn't get no homes. They didn't get no lands. They got nothing. And when Colin Kaepernick took a knee for that very reason, you decided that he was taking a knee for the flag. You know what? I tell you what. I don't stand. Even, I don't. If you want me to stand for the national anthem, add the third verse. You want me to stand? Add the third verse when he talked about black slaves. Add it. Add it. You won't, will you? Because you're cowards. Add the third verse. If that national anthem is so important to you, why you take the third verse out? Why? No. If it's that important, why take out the third verse? Let's hear the whole thing. Let's hear how much you hated that Negro. Right? Let's hear it. Y'all think like Bull Connor wasn't y'all hero at a certain time? Barry Goldwater? George Wallace? Again, which reality do you want to live in? So you can never erase what America has done. Ever erase it. I don't care what you take down. I don't care what books you take out. I don't care when you tell them you can't teach this in school. You can't teach that in school. You will never be able to erase the stain that your forefathers put on these Americans. Ever. So I don't care what Donald Trump do. Y'all can feel good about this man all you want. You can feel good about this man all you want. He can try as much as he possibly can to erase blackness. See, that's how you, in order for that, very reason why I'm not in the Republican Party. See, in order for me to be in the Republican Party, I have to be a Walter Hudson. I have to be a A.K. Camaro. I have to be a Lisa DeMuth. I have to be a Kendall Qualls. The reason they won't take me, because I'm not willing to give up my blackness. I'm just not. I'm not willing to change the way I talk. I'm not willing to change the way I act. I'm not willing to change who I am. I am black and I'm proud. I love who I am when I look in the mirror. I ain't like these Negroes that look in the mirror and literally hate who they see in the mirror. I love me. I love me some like no other. Tomorrow, today, next week. And God knows he loves me because he told me that. He said, I made you fearfully and wonderful. He said, wonderfully made. I didn't make no flaw on you, Timmy Christopher. No, I didn't. I made you in my image, in an awesome image. And I put on you the color that I want you to carry around. And I want you to be proud, brother. I want you to be so proud that you shout out to everybody. I'm black and I'm proud. It's like King said, don't ever let anybody pull you down so low that you hate them or you hate yourself. He said, I'm black and I'm beautiful. I'm black and I'm proud. And if that scares you, and if that puts in your soul, I'm not the one for you, people. I'm not the one for you. I can never be something that you want me to be. Ever. Ever. So I can never join the Republican Party and be who they want me to be. I've got to be somebody that I'm not to be in the Republican Party. That's what it takes to be in the Republican Party here. Those are facts. Those are facts. I was in the Republican Party here. They expect me to change everything. They expect me to be like the full black people that they got over there in the Republican Party. I can't do that. I cannot be something like that. I cannot completely take my heritage and throw it away so people in a party will like me. I can't throw who I am away, who I've been for 60 plus years. So people in a party, that is pathetic. I got to be somebody that I'm not. So some egghead, low down, dirty radio personality would let me on his show so he can stick his hand up my back and tell me what to say and how to say it. I can't do that. That's why they don't let me on their show. Here's the funny part also when it comes to these people in radio. It's funny to me is when people go on there and I tell the truth and they actually have their people, their guests. They actually have people and their guests will sit there and say, "Oh, don't let him back." No, seriously. They said, "I'm serious. Don't let him back on there. We don't want Rev back on your show." And the only thing I did was told the truth. Literally. That's all I did. They get, we don't. He don't agree with what we say. We can't let him back in here. Anyway, fam. Everything I said, I'm sticking with. Everything I said, I'm sticking with. But listen, people. Y'all can let these people tell you what they want. But I can guarantee you this. I'm going to say it again. If Donald Trump had to come in here and done what he said he was going to do and take care of this here fraud, and he'd have left everything alone, he didn't mess with nobody, he got the people that was committing the fraud, and if if they told him about some bonehead that was out on the streets doing wrong, some criminal, okay, go get him. That's cool. As far as I'm concerned, go into all the prisons, just clear our prisons out. No, seriously, you can do that as far as I'm concerned. But had he done that and not come in here and literally stepped on people's First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth and Sixth Amendment, if he would have done that, nobody would be crying. Nobody would say a word. We didn't say a word when he first came here. But when you cannot listen to me, people. I know how the red side thinks. That the law should have the right to just make you vanish. You here on a Friday and you're gone on a Saturday, but the right believes that's okay. Stop and frisk, that's okay. All of that. They feel that the law should have the right to break the Constitution when they feel that it's right. But don't let, no, these Constitutionists, don't you dare break the Constitution. Not over here, buddy. Oh, you want to pick up brown people? Go right ahead. Go. You what? A warrant signed by a real judge? Don't need that. Just knock the door down. And then go in there. And if you see this little Hmong man, and he's probably in some pajamas and a pair of Crocs and a tank top, what I'm going to need you to do is just pull him out of the house. And then bring him in the cold. Then take him downtown. And then once you get him down there, then you realize that this is the wrong guy. Oops. Our fault. The right is okay with that. They're fine. That's cool. Look at this. They got another person. But what the right is not understanding and what they're not telling you all is they're returning some of these people. Not all of them, but they are actually returning some of these people because they got the wrong people. But as long as they put it on video for the right to keep flashing on Twitter, that's fine. But they don't tell you the other part, that they had to let these people go. You don't get that part. You just get the first part. So Gnomes, isn't that her name? No, Gnomes or Nooms. So she can get in front of a video camera and call somebody a domestic terrorist. That woman's a liar. But as long as she stay over on the red side, she can lie all she wants and nobody will say a word. Y'all know she lied, right? I want to make sure we all he said, if you think it's bad outside, just think how bad minorities being treated inside the Whipple building. Fact. But I'm just, people on the right, you do know Kathy, that Gnome lady, Christy Gnomes. You do realize that she lied, right? Like, she said that this says car. That's what she said. That she said this says car, right? This says car. That's what she says. This word right here, she said it says car. So you do know she lied. I just want to make sure that y'all understand that Kathy Gnome lies. She told a lie. Because the guy did not go there to murder ICE. This man wasn't a domestic terrorist, correct? I just want to make sure that y'all are looking at the same. This word says podcast. But if Kathy Gnomes was to tell you what this word was, she would call it a car. I just want to make sure. If Donald Trump had to come here and done exactly what he said he was going to do, listen, people. We wouldn't be here. But now we're at a situation just like James said. He was brandishing a gun and was going to have a massive casualty event. That's what Kathy Gnome said. And if Donald Trump had to come here and done exactly what he said he was going to do and stuck to the plan because he was right over the target, we wouldn't be where we're at. We wouldn't be here. And once he would have realized that he cannot take these Somalians and deport them, and he would have said, okay, I'm going to pull ICE out, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send in the FBI. I'm going to send in the CIA. I'm going to send in, who else is there? ATF, BBQ, whatever alphabet that they can send in here to go through every single page one at a time to find this fraud. That's what he should have done. He should have never stirred up the Mexican community, the Somali community, the Asian community, the Hmong community. He should have never. Those communities, they did nothing for the reason. Hold on. For the reason he said he was coming here. They did nothing, correct? I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. The very people that he's going after, rounding up, pulling kids, dumping people in cars, those people, what did they do to deserve that? I'm just asking a simple question. What did they do to deserve the treatment that Donald Trump has bestowed upon them? What did they do? Let me know. Let me know. What did they do? Because the very people Donald Trump said he was coming after, he ain't done nothing to them. Ain't done nothing. Ain't done nothing. So, at any point in time tonight, y'all replay this or whatever, and if I've told a lie anywhere, please let me know, because I would like to correct it. If I said something wrong, please let me know, because I would like to correct it. But here's the deal. You can play this thing 50 times, and I guarantee you, everything that I said to you tonight is true. It's just according on which side you want to be on. Did you want to be in the reality world of the red, or do you want to be in the reality world of the blue? Because behind me, it says podcast. And if it says anything different to you, I'm not going to hate you for it. But I know what it says to me. That's the world I live in. But again, I'm going to say it, and y'all you can tell me I'm wrong if you want to. But being out on the streets, talking to people. Oh, the signal chat. That's it. Oh, no, I'm going to say that for Wednesday. I'll say that. I'll save the signal. I'll save this. Whoa, signal chat. Oh, my God. We're talking about, we know where the Russian bomb. I know what, we have broke the code. I know what Jimmy Hoffa is. The signal chats. I know what Jimmy Hoffa is. You know what? The dude who broke the signal chat, this big conspiracy signal chat, dude, go look for Bigfoot. I need you to follow the rainbow to see if there's gold at the pot of the rainbow. Look. The Loch Ness monster, dude. I'm going to need you to get a fishing pole with some tests, some heavy tests, right? With some heavy tests. Get a baby seal, wrap it around, and throw it in there and see if you can't get the Loch Ness. But this whole conspiracy, oh my God, the signal chat. Whoa, I tell you, boy, this is mind-blowing. This is who really shot J.F. Kennedy. Who killed Malcolm X? Did we really land on the moon? No, really? And, is the earth flat? I'm going to need signal chat to get on this. Because I got questions. 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 Yeah, did the Titanic sink? Did it really sink, or are they just saying that? Was there really pirates that went around robbing and they got gold at the bottom of the earth? Was Bonnie and Clyde a made-up situation? I know, I'm just wondering, man. I'm just wondering. This signal chat, man, they're going crazy. They lost oh my goodness, man. So once they're done breaking that signal chat code, I've got questions that I need answered. I do. When my wife asks for a brand new purse and I say no, do she really love me? After I tell her no? When she got that scowl look on her face? Because she can't buy a $300 purse? So I need the signal chat to help me out with those questions. No, I need signal chat. This is conspiracy. There's things out there. yeah, James. I'm sure she is. So she can get a $300 purse. I'm sure she is, James. She said she's planning my demise on Signal Chat. I just need to know. Let Signal Chat let me know what's going on, man. Let me know what the deal is, bro. Signal Chat. If y'all don't know what Signal Chat, you got to look this thing up. I'm not telling you until Wednesday. I'm not saying, but if you don't know what it is, you gotta go check. You gotta go because it's just you know it's like the pizza. It's like that pizza thing at that they said Hillary Clinton had going on. You know, it's James. What is that kid? That kid James. You know, Varicose or what is his name? James. What's his name? That always breaking all the codes. He's like the man of mystery, of spy and mystery. Sherlock, he's like Sherlock Holmes. He put together all of these videos. He goes undercover. And yeah, that's him, James. Appreciate it. That's him. He goes on that guy. I'm shocked he didn't break all of this. I'm shocked he let Nick get in on then I'm gone. I'm serious. I'm leaving here tonight. I'm leaving. I just want to make sure that we give the Republican Party their medal and their plaques and their flowers and kudos for bringing paying Nick Shirley to come here to the state of Minnesota, who got all of this stuff going. Thank you, Lisa Dumont. Appreciate you. Thank you, Republican Party, for bringing that grifter into the state of Minnesota and feeding him all the info he needed to kick the bee's nest. Know where it got started? That's where it got started. Because what you should have done, you should have called Donald Trump. And you should have said, Donald, here's what we need. We need the FBI. We need the BBC, the CDE. We need Wonder Mike. We need all of that. Everything you got, we need it down here right now. That's what you should have done. You should have asked the president of these United States for help. But that's not what you did, Lisa. And the Republican Party, Harry Niska, that's not what you did. You went and you got some little snotty-nosed brat. And you fed him all of this information. And then you put him with a papa. And you told him to go stir up trouble. And look at what you done. Y'all did this. You know that, right? Y'all caused exactly what's going on right now. This is on your hands. It is. It is. Those are facts. You can tell me I'm wrong. The Republican Party went and got this dude and brought him here. They paid for this cat to come here. You think this dude does? You know how Republicans always, because of the protesters out there, what's the first thing Republicans always say? They're paid protesters. Who's paying them? Who paid Nick? No. Who paid Nick to come here? You think that dude came here on his own dime by himself for no reason? Oh, like Nick Shirley. Let me make sure I understand this. I'm in the red. No, hold on. Let me. You know what? I'm gonna get a red hat and I'm gonna get a blue hat from now on. So when I'm talking on the red side, I can put a red hat on so you guys know. And if I'm talking on the blue side, I'll put a blue hat on. So right now, I'm over here on the red side. And y'all gonna sit here and make me believe that no, I am to believe that Nick Shirley was like, hey, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Minnesota And I don't have no clue. First off, I have no clue where any of these daycare centers are. But I'm just going to walk around and find them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go hook up with some old man that I've never met before in my life. I don't know who he is, but I hear he's a failed candidate all the time. I'm going to go knock on his door. Not that I know where he lives, but I'm going to go hook up with him. Nobody's going to give me any type of directions. Nobody's going to give me anything. All of this is for free. Y'all going to sit here and seriously believe that? Y'all believe what I just said is what I'm saying. With your red hat on. Because you got to have a red hat on to believe what I just said. I don't believe that. You know what I believe? I believe because he was over in Dearborn, Michigan. That's where he was. That's where they got him from. And they realized that he was over there causing trouble. And Lisa DeMoss decided, hey, it's worth a try. And I'm sure Harry Niska was like, hey, let's give it a shot. And I'm sure they went down to some of their down ballot boneheads, and everybody was on board. And some way, somehow, they got in touch with Nick. And Nick was like, I ain't got nothing else to do. I've milked enough money out of Dearborn, Michigan. I can come to Minnesota and pick up a bag. So he came here. Now I got my blue hat on. So he came here. And they paid him. And they gave him all the information. Lisa said it. Hold on. Lisa said it. Lisa DeMoss said exactly what I'm saying. So don't sit there and be like, Rev, you're stretching the truth. Lisa said this. So they fed him all this information. And then they got this retired grandfather who's probably sitting back rocking in his chair, cutting on a piece of stick, nothing to do because he couldn't win in any races at all. So he really didn't have nothing to do. So he was kind of pissed anyway. So he's willing to do whatever. Now, he probably did it for free. But Nick surely ain't do a damn thing for free. So they give him all of this information. They give him everything he needs to go and harass the Somali community. And that's what he did. And then the Republicans sat back and they clapped their hands and they sat there like a little seal. Go, Nick, go. Go, Nick, go. Go, Nick, go. All the way to the point that had some silly girl down there, too. Some blonde-haired lady that followed Nick after that, right? She took her ass down there talking about that bar, which she lied through her teeth on. And then, like James here says, and Nick Lane, the guy who got ran out of town. And then Nick Lane had to show up. Oh, and that other Nick, what is his name? Nick Storrow, that coward. So he shows up and go down to the Whipple building. And they throw crap through his car window. And paint on his car. Yeah, that's that punk. So all of the big the right-wing influencers were in town. And y'all should be happy. Minnesota should be proud of it. You Republicans from Minnesota, y'all should be proud of yourselves for the top-notch, right-wing, sorry-ass, lying, low-down skanks that y'all brought here to Minnesota. That's what you did, Republicans. You did. Yeah, you did. It's bad enough that we got one in Buffalo that needs to shut up. But y'all had to bring y'all had to bring the experts in to show that bonehead how to be a bigger asshole than he is. And that's sad. Anyway, fam, I'm done. You know what I'm doing tomorrow? Tomorrow's Tuesday. I may go down to the memorial. Yeah, I probably end up going down to the memorial tomorrow. I got a couple of things I got to do in my church anyway. But I probably end up going down to the memorial on tomorrow and see how big this thing is. It's huge. It's huge. For the guy that got shot, it's already huge. So I will more than likely, and the only reason, hold on, let me, because somebody was asking why I didn't, and let me explain something to you. I don't mind taking pictures, and I don't mind video, giving you guys video and things of that sort. The reason I go out to check the temperature of the room, because believe it or not, even I, with the way these people are acting, the way these people are doing things right now, I'm doing everything not to cause any problems. Because unlike somebody believe, I have a right to carry a firearm during a protest. So I don't give nobody any reason to say anything to me. Whether it's the police, whether it's other protesters, whether it's business owners, I don't. I keep as low of a profile as I possibly can. So I don't video it and then walk around and I'm talking to you guys and things like that. That's why you ain't seen nothing from me for a while. Because like I said, you got to know the temperature of the room and the things that's going on. And I'm not trying to get no trouble with nobody. I ain't giving nobody a reason to knock me down, and next thing you know, somebody go gun. I've got to be smarter. All right? And again, and I'll even say the same thing about the cat that was out there. As someone with the Second Amendment, am I upset that he put himself in the position? He did. Stop. Got it. Now I don't have any hat on. I'm just being sensible, a Second Amendment gun right person. This is what I would have done. Knowing that I got a firearm on me, I would not have put myself in the... Sorry, that girl, the lady that they pushed, I'm going to put it this way. Get your ass out of the street. All right? I know, piss you off if you want to, but we got to be, like I say, if I'm going to be real, I'm going to be real. If I have a gun on me, right, I'm not saving anybody like that. He pushed her. What's his name could have easily just said, yelled at him, scream. You don't not with a gun. Y'all can say what you want, but you don't put yourself in a position, whether they know he had a gun or not. I know everybody going, well, they didn't know he had a gun, but he knew he had a gun. Right? He knew he had a gun. As somebody who's going to be at just like Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle should have never been there. Kyle should have never gotten off for murder. Kyle put himself in that position. He put himself in that. When the dude was getting pepper spray, he should have never turned. He should have went backwards. I'm just saying. Because he knew he had, if I know I got a firearm and a police officer, if I'm standing somewhere And even if I sit here and know that I'm on public, right? I'm on a public sidewalk. I know my rights on that public sidewalk. I've got a right to be there. I've got a right to stand on that public sidewalk and videotape the cops. I've got every right to do that. If I did not have a firearm on me, more than likely I would put up a fight. No, cop, I've got every right to be here. Are you saying that you want to break my First Amendment? Is that what you're telling me? If I got a gun and a cop goes, hey, dude, you got to move, I'm getting my ass out of there. I'm moving, whether I have the right to be there or not. Because I know that things can go bad. I know that. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm moving. You know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to fight because cop told somebody to get their ass over on the sidewalk, and they decide to argue with the cop when the cop asked them to get on the sidewalk. That's what happened, people. I don't know what video you watch, but I know which one I watched. That lady decided my white privilege is going to kick in right now. That's what happened, people. But if I got a gun, I'm not playing WWE with the police because they outnumber me, number one. And number two, as you saw, they can take a gun and somebody will yell gun and nobody know where the gun is and they'll light my ass up, especially me. If they can shoot that cat like that, you know how easy it would be to shoot me and get away with it and swear up and down I was going for one of their guns, not my gun. I wasn't going for my gun. I was going for their gun. Because that's always the what they say when it comes to black men. Well, I feared for my life. Why did you fear for your life? Because he was going for my gun. Right? Come on. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So no. I will give him an F+. An F+ on that situation when it comes to him having that firearm and then putting himself in the middle of a situation. He shouldn't have done it. Right? I think we can all agree on that. I mean, you can get mad at me if you want, but I do believe we can all agree on that. Anyway, fam, I am done. I've been on this thing for 2 hours, man. Are you serious? Are you serious? Get like my granddaughter. Are you serious? Are you serious? Anyway, I'm sure I have a few trolls after then. Oh, Travis, let me do this real quick. Travis, let me do this real quick for you. Okay, Travis. And this is Travis I'm talking about. I like Travis. He's a cool guy. This dude right here. I like you, Travis. I like you, brother. I like you. But let me say this here to you, Travis. And this is the reason why I tell people, do not deal with my trolls. Because you guys are not prepared how to deal with the trolls. So I decided on yesterday that I was going to let Travis, because he jumped in, that I was going to let Travis deal with one of my trolls. And right off the bat, I got to give Travis an F. Because Travis, you called the guy a clown right off the bat, dude. You don't do that. You don't do that, Travis. If you notice, one of the things that I do when I'm dealing with my clowns is I let them believe that everything they do and say is right, Travis. You agree with them. And then you push back just enough so they can feel good about themselves. And you just let them talk, Travis. You just keep kind of agreeing with them. And then every once in a while, you say no, or you come up with another something to say, or you do this here. But the whole point about dealing with a troll is you let them out themselves, Travis. And then, Travis, you started calling him names. Yeah, no, Travis, you started it. You can't do that, Travis. You never call them names first, ever. That's the whole thing about breaking a troll. You want the trolls to call you names first. That's how you break them. That's how you break a troll. And that's why I say you guys are not prepared. You're not ready to really, because y'all just like arguing with your trolls. That's y'all argue. I don't argue with my trolls. I have conversation. I let the trolls believe that we are having a conversation, but we're really not having a conversation because I'm laughing on this here end. But I'm getting them to talk and to say this and say that and put themselves out there and let them believe that they're the masters of the universe. You know that reality that I told y'all about? The crazy reality, the world that they believe they run, they own. I like for my trolls to believe that I'm in their reality, that whatever they say goes, and I believe everything. So the troll, Travis, literally flipped the script on you. He got you to call him names, to try to put him down, to make him feel, that's the other way, Travis. You can't. So if you're going to deal with my trolls, Travis, if I give you one to deal with, I don't want to see that again, brother. Travis, don't let it happen. You cannot let them get under your skin. The only reason you triggered them. That's why they come on I trigger my trolls. My trolls, I put something out, it triggers them so bad, they have to come say something to me. They need, it is a need. No, listen. It's like a drug addict. My trolls, I'm like their drug. I'll put something out and they need to come and say something. I'm not joking. What? Look at me when I'm dealing with my trolls. But I got a way, Travis, of dealing with these dudes. They're already triggered. They're already on 9. You can't right away rush them. You got to kid gloves, Travis. Kid gloves. You got to make them believe that they are the masters of the universe. You believe what they believe in. Everything they say is right and everything they say is true. And and let them keep them talking. That's what I do. It was 2 trolls I wasn't in the mood to deal with yesterday. Because literally, I didn't have time, right? And I didn't want to waste my energy. And that's another thing, troll. Dealing with trolls. Trolls take a lot of energy to deal with. They do. Really. I'm shocked Rob Dorr and Brian Scrosser aren't just wore out by now. By them having to prove all of these people wrong about the gun laws here in Minnesota. I mean, these two guys, if anybody, I don't care where you're at, needs to know about the gun laws in Minnesota. Those two. And for people to sit here and argue with Brian Scrosser and Rob Dorr on gun laws in the state of Minnesota, that is a reality that is unbelievable. I mean, you're deep into the video. You're in like level 12 of the video game. To argue with those two guys about gun laws in the state of Minnesota and to think that you are right in what you are saying, are you kidding me? Oh my God. This is what I'm telling you, people. The people of who swear by the Second Amendment have lost their damn mind. They have literally lost. They start losing it when they saw the black man with the gun. But all of a sudden, a white man gets shot, and they're making up every single reason. No, these are gun guys are making up reasons why this man with a gun was shot and killed by the police. And then you're going to argue with Rob Dorr and Brian Scrosser on the gun bills in Minnesota. You are out your damn mind. No, you lost your mind. I'm just saying, that's crazy. That's crazy work, man. That's crazy work to be able to try to flip and skip all of that. But Travis, again, the next time I give you a troll, make me proud, man. Make me proud. But I got to give you an F this time, man, because that troll got you, man. He was eating you, and I was going to step in. I was. But then I said, no, he's got to learn his lesson. If you're going to be fighting these trolls that come over here, you got to learn your lesson. So I left it alone. I let you go. You got beat up a little bit. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You got beat up a little bit, but it's going to be all right. Be all right. Be like Rocky. Come on back to the corner. I'm a patch you up. Put a little stuff all over your face. We'll tighten your gloves a little bit. And I'm going to put you back out there, Travis. I'm going to put you back out there. All right? I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good night. And again, I so appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for everything you do. And thank you very much for coming out and hanging out with me on this here thing. Because like I said, I ain't got nothing to do. And to bug you all is awesome. So I'm gonna go through my thing here. Because I'm sure by now, I've been in here for 2 hours. So I'm sure here by now. Oh, there's Travis right there. I gotta hit Travis up and tell him to make sure he goes to the last 2 minutes of my show tonight if he's not on here. I don't think he's on here. I'm going to have to tell him to go to the last 2 minutes of my show tonight so he can understand what I'm saying, so he can understand what I'm saying before he gets himself into it with another one of my trolls. All right, but anyway, yeah, I see a couple things on here I'm about to go get into. Y'all have a good night. Always remember and know that God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good. Understand and realize that he is there for each and every one of us all the time, no matter what we go through in life. And that's what makes me happy, and that puts a smile on my face. And that should be putting a smile on your face. And you know what we do with those smiles? We take them outside and we smile at somebody, so somebody smile back at you. Y'all have a good night, fam. We will see you later on. Peace. I'm out.